What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? How
Hey,
you
hey,
doing?
hey.
It has been a whole week for me that I missed everybody. I'm getting everybody a chance to pile in. You know how we do. We make sure
We
everybody
sure missed
can.
you.
You're late. Get your seat now. Hurry up. Hurry up. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Ándale, ándale, ándale.
Underlay. But I'm gonna say this. I absolutely missed you. For real.
We missed you too.
It was just like I had to call in. I was like, I can't even just stay away. I'm supposed to have been resting. I'm calling in and everything. I just missed you and everybody. And I was, hey, Jay, hey,
Hey,
I
J-Rock.
missed you too.
I'm the same way. When I was away, I couldn't stay away. It's just
I
like,
see
it's
how you felt,
impossible.
though. I see how you absolutely felt now. I was like, yeah, I get it. You just had to pick your face in because
Yep,
it's just not the same. It's not. It's like this when
it's
it's
not.
something that you do every week. What's up, Big Yellow? What's up, Floyd? How
Hey, Big
y'all
Yellow. Hey,
doing?
Floyd.
Hey y'all. Y'all piling in. I see y'all. Appreciate y'all tuning in. But make sure I get everybody in order. But we are definitely talking about, why I don't see the stream. Do you see the stream on your wall? I don't see it.
Let me look.
That's kind of odd. If you're on Facebook, I see a Facebook. I see we on
Okay, yeah, I see one.
okay, I don't know what's going on. I normally try to
Hey,
help
Brian.
myself.
I'll drop the link when I can, probably later tonight.
Yes,
Bye.
yes.
45.
Yeah, 'cause I just told
Bye.
her I need a shirt too. So
Bye.
I'm definitely going. We might be wearing matching shirts one of these
See
days.
ya.
Yes. So on that note, I got everything situated. Good. It's showing now. All right,
Okay.
everybody. Welcome to Lush Exchange. If you don't know who we are and what we do, this is a show, a unisex podcast that we talk about each and everything. It is not just male bashing, anything like
Everything.
that. Don't come in here thinking that you just see a whole bunch of women. Oh, here they go. Men ain't shit. Nope, that ain't us.
So not
That is
us.
not us. But I was out um under weather a little bit, but actually it was like COVID almost tried to hit my home. My husband actually he caught it and it didn't spread. Hallelujah. Everybody thank you, Jesus. But of
I'm
course I
glad about
missed
that. Won't
last
he do
week's
it?
episode. Won't he do it? Won't he do it? But how everybody is, your mama and all them. We're gonna go ahead and get into this topic. And we're gonna go ahead and open up these phone lines. So this might get a little deep, y'all. So get ready, grab your tissues right about now, because I ain't gonna lie. This one hits home. This definitely does. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into what we're here to talk about, people.
Whew.
Dysfunctional family roles and mental health. Notice that
We're gonna
voice
say
change,
we're gonna
right?
act like we have right. We're gonna act like we have some sense today.
Yeah.
But you know us. We
Oh
we
yeah, we
always
we still come with the shenanigans, so
yeah, we're gonna keep it entertaining, but it's definitely a heavy topic that we needed to tackle. So I'm glad we're doing this.
especially during this pandemic. So just everything, people are just still subject to being in the home. And look, we about to be probably shut down again, to be honest, because
Again.
Georgia is rising. It's definitely catching up in Georgia as far as COVID. So yeah, I better go ahead and go shopping now. Don't tell me I didn't warn you. Get stocked up right now. Lysol, everything. Get what you need right about now, people, because it's gonna get real during this flu
Right.
season. But let's go ahead and talk about. Hey, everybody's here. Hey, Annie, look at that. New faces. Well, not new, but new viewers in the audience. I love it. How y'all doing? All
We
right, and
love
she
new
will drop
viewers.
that link. But let's talk about it. So we're gonna start it off with family dysfunction now. Then we'll get into the latter end of it, what kind of causes that mental illness, because a lot of it has to do with family. A lot of people don't, understand that family can be your
Mhm.
downfall at times, especially when there's issues. Hey, um, yeah, APL and hey, ladies, okay, yeah.
Hey Mel.
But let's go ahead and get into, the meat and the potatoes of this show. We're going to talk about what are the signs of a family dysfunction. Now you can calls chime in. You got the phone calls. You can, whenever you feel like you just need to get something off your chest, go ahead and give us a call. We're encouraging it today. Hey, howdy.
Yeah.
Howdy.
Share.
So I definitely had to do my homework tonight. So what are the signs of family dysfunction? Addiction. Definitely addiction. Addiction causes family stress because of the worry of that person, especially if you don't even know if they're going to be alive today or not, in and out of rehab, they lashing out at the family, making horrible decisions, in and out of jail. Just that can cause a lot of tension and dysfunction, especially when the family, somebody is enabling the person. Things like that. And it could be some tension between the families. Like, well, you keep allowing this person to keep doing what they want to do, and we're trying to stop it. That's kind of an idea of that. Perfectionism. Yeah. Perfectionism, when you're basically, you want them to look a certain part, and you guys have to be a certain image in public. You have to go to the toppers of schools, wear your clothes a certain way. You got to look the part. And then you have that, ugly duckling in the family that just, don't want to choose to go that path and don't want to live that life. Like parents telling you, this is what you're going to do. And there you go, Saints fan for 100. Amen. Yeah, look.
Is that dysfunction?
Mental health. But perfectionism, that's definitely one. I definitely know quite a few people that had to live up to an expectation that maybe they wasn't living to. And of course, they get backlashed and all that kind of stuff from their family. And I'll actually get outcasted because of that. Abuse or neglect. That's another one. Abuse or neglect. There's a difference. Abuse, physical, mental. Yeah, exactly. Or both at the same time. But mental abuse, physical abuse, verbal abuse. It's so much out there. It's whatever you can say. Your mother can say things to you that will tear you to the core. And we're gonna get deep into why these things happen. But neglect, you needing that companion, you needing that family, you needing that person to just be there for you, and they're not there. During your darkest times, during your struggling moments, they're not there. They don't give a care. As well as unpredictably and fear. Basically, you're afraid now because it's basically you've already tried to reach out to them and you don't know how they're going to react to a certain situation, especially somebody that's just causing havoc, wreaking havoc in the family. You don't know. It's unpredictable fear. You don't know what's going to happen next. Conditional love. Family members may be incredibly manipulative with their affection, giving love only when they want something out of you.
That's crazy.
That's a big one. Let's see. Lack of boundaries. A controlling parent who makes life decisions, like we just said. That perfectionism, that kind of goes into that. Lack of intimacy. Your family doesn't show many signs of closeness. There is no honest emotional support or like a superficial reaction, just like, just fake. Poor communication. And that's kind of getting down to the end of it. But definitely poor communication. There is no sense of understanding between you and your family members, so you can't voice your opinion. So it gets deeper and deeper into details about that, but that's kind of the gist of what can cause arrogance. I love it. Arrogance, just thinking you got some of them family members that just think they better than somebody, and you can't hang with us because your kids look like this and your kids don't behave like mine, and there's so much going on with that. So now that we kind of got into what causes, what are kind of signs of it, I know y'all probably seen some of that. And this is for everybody. I'm opening up to anybody. The phone lines are open right about now. But have you experienced family dysfunction, and how has it affected you? And of course, Mike, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Anybody's welcome. Anybody. I want to hear y'all stories tonight because it was an episode we had where we ended it on mental health. And I just felt like everybody had a testimony. So we wanted to dedicate this show entirely to that. So today is the day that we want to hear from you. So since I've been running my mouth, Nikki, have you experienced this?
Like this Facebook user here, I've experienced all of that as a child. It definitely makes you become a perfectionist and affects you well into adulthood. I can testify to that. It seems like everything you listed, I've experienced some of everything listed.
Mm-hmm.
So as an adult, it definitely affects you and the type of person you are, and probably the way you communicate, the way you love. It affects your love life. Because I was in one of those families. Hold on, that thought, because we have a caller.
All right, caller.
Hey, caller. Or maybe not. No, they were there. They're not there anymore.
Oh.
Okay, so I'll continue my thought. But yeah, I was in one of those families. My mom was a single mom, so she worked hard to support my sister and I.
Mm-hmm.
And either we were home alone, or when she was there, she was in her own world. There wasn't a lot of verbal "I love you." When we were young, we had a pretty good childhood, but I can pinpoint it to. Okay, now let's try this again. Caller, can you hear me?
I can.
Hello.
Oh, you Nicole.
I am great. How are you?
I'm wonderful. I just want to comment.
Okay, what you got to talk about? Hello.
Hello.
Are you
Interrupting
thinking
Nick.
about? Are you thinking about
Nikki
something?
Nikki, go ahead. Nikki was telling her story.
Yeah, I don't hear him anymore.
Okay, well, I don't know. Please proceed.
Okay, so yeah, I can pinpoint it to where because we grew up in San Antonio. She moved us from San Antonio to Tulsa, and that was like heartbreak for me. I was in high school already.
Had
I was on the prom
friends.
squad. I have, of course, had friends. And then she just up and decides to move us from San Antonio to Tulsa, Oklahoma. And I was literally like, Tulsa, Oklahoma, like, do they even have cars? Are they just cows and horses, running rampant? Like, I was so mad. We were so mad. But like there was no plan. And I felt really neglected. And it was, I don't know, it was just crazy. So she decided to all of a sudden go back to school, and at a time where your oldest is in high school, you should be preparing me for college. But instead, you're going to college, and everything is just all about her, her, her. So there was a lot of resentment. Like I said, not a lot of affection once I was, a teenager. So that has affected me now as an adult. I don't probably verbalize as often as I should. I'm more of a show you type person, but some people need to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I have to like physically remind myself, okay, maybe you need to say it. Maybe they're not catching, your actions. Some people just need to hear it. I'm one of those people and it's probably because I didn't hear it as often as I would have liked to as a child. But it's just, it's you don't think about this type of stuff and how it affects you as an adult. And I should probably get therapy, but Lush Exchange is my therapy. So there you go. But yeah, it definitely affects how you live your daily life as an adult. So, man, heavy stuff.
I like this comment from well, not like it, but my mom basically has put my sister on a pedestal all her life, and I've always been second best. I've just used it as motivation to be a better and stronger person. So turn that negative into a positive. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Get your drink, J Rock. Get your drink, because it's getting real today.
Yeah.
My chat, but maybe restart it, because he said he's on the line.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Can you hear me? No, they just hung up.
He'll be back. Okay, but being let down constantly. Oh yeah. Oh definitely. Oh definitely. I was trying to give this caller the time to get his story in. And and I'll go ahead and go into my experience as well. How it molded me who I am today, and things I still struggle with today because of family, to be real.
Yeah.
Definitely. So, I'll go ahead and maybe if he gets on, I'll let him have his moment and I'll finish it. But
I started a new one, so it's back up.
okay. I'm gonna give it a second. I will just go in the comments a little bit because mine is deep. So I definitely want to kind of get into this. It's kind of a two-part as far as my experience with it, like recently as well as my childhood as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm here for this one. I hope you rise up, Brian. Yeah, y'all go ahead. You don't be afraid to call in, but I guess we're still waiting. All right. So basically, the father I've known all my life, I found out at the age of 19, about to be having my first child, that he was actually not my biological father. Now, he came around when we were babies, of course, but we were babies. That's all I ever grew up and knew. But what happened was, now, the crazy part about it is I was still connected to my biological father's side by an auntie and a whole family over there. And let me get into it. My auntie that I know all my life was my fake auntie. In my thoughts, it was just, family friend. We went to high school together. That's kind of how they portrayed it, my mother. But we was like, we knew them. We grew up with them. We hung out with them. We were family, family though. But they was kind of skating around telling us, because they was like, they wanted my mom, because my mom was just trying to tell them, no, we're going to tell them when we're going to take them on a cruise when they graduate. And that's when we're going to tell them.
Okay. I see we have a caller. Do you want to keep going or what do you want to do?
I can wait because I definitely want to talk about this.
Hello, caller?
Yeah.
Can you hear me okay? I hear you.
Okay, I can. Yeah, you can hear me now.
Okay. What you got to share?
Yeah, I kind of want to expand on, as far as like the parent issue. I think, for me personally, I grew up in a house that was pretty much addict central. All right, one was an alcoholic, drug addict, and the other was just dealing with abandonment and never really knew her father or mother like that. Mother kind of gave up on her at an early age. And for me personally, for whatever reason, I became the punching bag. You know what I'm saying? Like at a young age, like I never really felt fit in, as far as my mother is concerned. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I've always been that type of person that was, kind of clinging on to her, looking for her acceptance. And like as far as a young man, they say that a young lady, what a young lady needs is a father in her life, but it's imperative that a young man has that love and learn to love from his mother. He needs his mother, so he won't grow up to be harsh, not to knowing how to treat a woman, how to, just be a real man. I think, for me personally, I think a man needs that soft part. And when you constantly get that angry, standoffish, cold attitude towards your, from your mother, man, that turns you into something. That turns you into an animal, to be honest. And I would employ every woman just let go of your ego, whatever it is that you personally, as a mother first, even if your child is out doing just crazy things, getting in trouble, you got to be a mother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You got to be a mother first. Let that ego go first. Let the ego go. Love that child. Be there for that child regardless. You know what I'm saying? Like he or she needs that. And for me, that's something that I never truly had. I still don't have it to this day. Um, but I was blessed with my best friend. His mother has always been that woman in my life, that I can run to and kind of get a hug from my mother. Because like my mother doesn't hug, my mother doesn't talk, my mother's just she's standoffish and she's just cold. So that's kind of what I deal with for myself. So as far as a woman is concerned, love your child, especially the man. He needs it. You have
Mm-hmm.
no idea how much that he needs it. You don't want him to grow up to be, a cold hearted, not being able to trust any type of no, like not being able to trust women, not being able to show his own child love, or not being able to talk. Some men don't know how to even speak
Mm.
or let their feelings out because their mother never gave them that. That's something that for me that to this day I kind of overcompensate for that. I give people a little bit more leeway than they deserve, and for me, man, I'm gonna end it with that. But women, and that's the last thing I'm gonna say, women, please let go of the ego. Learn to love your child. Learn to love your child, even if he or she is not out here doing and making, they're making terrible mistakes. Be there for them. Talk to them, and give them a hug, give them a kiss on, just give them a hug, give them a kiss. Be there to talk to them whenever they need to hear your voice. You know what I'm saying? Don't be the one that's out here, saying you need to do this, barking orders and that. Now, learn to love your child. So that being said, I'm a let you guys get back to your show. Y'all already know what it is. I love y'all. Love the
Love you
show.
too.
Believe in
We
y'all,
love
and
you
y'all gonna
too.
make
Thank
Thank
you for
you.
sharing.
Thank
Bye.
you. And yes, he's digging the shirt, and this is some
Ooh,
heavy stuff, people. So like I
it
said,
is.
we gonna come with some good topics, some serious topics here and there because you guys, we need to hear it. We need to talk about it. We need to get it out. But basically back to I found out late, and before that, it kind of made sense how me and my twin sister was treated. Me and my twin sister always felt like we just was, an outcast to
Mhm.
my father. It was like he was just always angry, but that's when he was addiction. That's when he was a very heavy, heavy, heavy drinker. And my
Mhm.
mother, he was abusive. And my mother kind of just took up for it. He just be nice and just act right. So, he won't blow up, that kind of thing. But he mistreated her
Mhm.
as well. You know what I'm saying? She always stuck up for him and just play, play your role, do this. And because I was a damn teenager child that was going through it, I was feeling myself and I felt the disrespect. So it was like I was going to speak up, and if I got to fight you at a little thing, I'm going to fight you, sir. You're not going to treat us like that. But it
Mhm.
definitely made a lot more sense because we was cool with my biological family, but we wasn't like real. We couldn't be close to them though. Like we were allowed to go out there and hang out, but it was just like, oh, they going on family trips and doing everything else. Why can't we go? And turns out, long story short, I found out I had another brother, and an older sister. And my brother is somebody I played with, you guys, my whole entire life. My whole entire life. He had to live with that himself because he was told not to say anything to us. My
Wow.
older sister is in a picture book of ours, a family album thing. And my twin sister that looks just like her, was like, is that me? pointed at her and said, "Is that me?" at a young child. Oh, no, that's just a family friend, that type of deal. Oh yeah, that's what I had to go through. So I was going through that thing, not because I didn't have a close, even with my stepfather, I didn't have a close relationship with him. So I always just had a, men was just intimidating to me. And I was trying to find love in people that showed me compassion and love and things like that. And then my second one is what's happening now. On my mother's side, we've always been just kind of standoffish because they're messy. A lot of them are out there messy, and they create shit and talk about shit. They had recently brought up something, an accusation, if you will, that involved my name. And instead of grown adults hitting me up, I'm like, I'm here. You can find me anywhere. If you feel whatever you felt was true, talk to me. Confront me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's open. My phone line is works just like y'all phone line. But instead of y'all just do, this is going on, but not one damn adult said anything to me. So at this point, everybody, we need to be family. We need to come together. Fuck them. And that's just how I feel. And I know that whoever's watching, they probably watching, but I felt like they was too busy on Facebook being messy. It was too many family members getting involved in the shit. And it was just like, it took my father's side, my biological father's side cousin, who hit me up and was like, I don't think you heard what's been going around about you, but this is what's happening. And I don't believe it, but this is what's being said. And these are the people that said it, girl. And we're exchanged for that purpose. And we've had new babies come into this family. And I don't feel like we're going to ever get together as a family ever again. Ever. Because people don't want to be an adult and talk about it. They just want to keep up mess and be messy. So that's my little bit of story, y'all. That's a little bit mine. But
child, don't even get me started on the damn daddy issues. Jesus. Like, that could literally be an entire show by itself. Daddy issues.
That's what I'm saying. I can get deep into this. Outsider in your own home. Outsider in my own, just period. They do stuff together, and it's just, favoritism and all that. That's what we dealt with on my mother's side. Oh, but absolutely.
This is a good a point. So where did it go? What are or could be some causes or triggers of the dysfunction? You know what the crazy thing is? It's literally a cycle, it seems like.
Hands down.
The cycle continues generation to generation to generation. And you have to make a conscious decision to stop it or break it. Because if you don't, you're just going to help it continue and pass it down and pass it down and pass it down. That's one thing that I literally work on myself, because I don't want my daughters to grow up and say the same shit that I'm saying about my mom. I'd like a lack of affection, a lack of telling me you love me, and just feeling like your own mother is not in your corner. Like, you have no idea what's going on in my life. And that sucks. I refuse to be that mother. I will not continue. I refuse to continue that cycle.
It's a big one. I love my mother to death, but she was extremely militant, very tough and firm. My siblings and were physically and verbally abused as children. I've never held anything against her, as my grandmother taught me to love her before judging her as a parent. I live with loving my mom more than she has actually loved me. It's not easy, but it's my life. No one picks the hand they're dealt with. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm loving these testimonies, people. Like, this is why we wanted to bring it out. I kind of knew this was going to get us some good, get it out. Get it out. If you don't go to therapy, get it out. Because as you can see, it's other people that's going through this.
They can relate. Abandonment, feeling like you don't fit in or no one wants you. That's part of my daddy issues. Causes could be their own guilt, and they inflict that pain on the ones closest to them. Ooh, Jay, you said a whole mouthful right there. Woo!
Oh yeah. Oh, they past mistakes.
They have to break that
like
cycle.
that.
You'll ruin your kids and their kids and on and on. Right, Brian. That's how I feel, and I fucking I refuse. I refuse to carry that same bullshit onto my kids that I dealt with. I fucking refuse.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. That's why I said I'm open. I'm here. Like, if anybody felt any type of way towards me and my family, reach out, talk to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to hold this hate for long, but
right.
You know, I'm not going to continue and y'all just being over there being messy. But let's go ahead. We're going to move it along because we got quite a bit to talk about. But steps to fix it. Is there a possibility? I don't know. I don't know. Could be jealousy, part dysfunctional. Oh, yes. Could jealousy play a part?
Definitely. Definitely.
Yes. Family want be all loud and spread all. Family want to be all loud and spread all your way. That way they think is your business, but at the same time, know they have a child molester in the family and try to sweep it under.
Yeah.
Ooh. That right there.
Yeah, that's more common than we'd like to think it is.
Definitely. Absolutely. But can we fix it? I did have a couple of things that, if people are willing, how can you fix a dysfunctional family if it's fixable? Because some things just can't be. But for the ones that you can salvage just a little bit, start with forgiveness. Sometimes you just gotta let go, let God, and forgive. That's a huge one.
And it's especially hard if you don't get an apology.
Oh yeah.
Like, it takes a strong person to be able to forgive without getting that apology that you damn well deserve. You deserve it. But sometimes the case is you're not going to get it. And you have to make that decision to forgive, not for that person that you're forgiving, but for yourself. It has nothing to do with the person that wronged you. It has everything to do with you
inside. Off your conscience.
Yeah, because holding that in, people don't understand the negativity that you bring in your own life by holding on to grudges.
Folks don't want to keep it real. You can't spell family without the word. Sad but true.
Yeah.
Oh, and here's another one. Look for the good in the person. That's definitely a tough one for me. That forgiveness, looking for the good in the person. That's what I'm struggling with right now. Because right now I'm just fuck them and I don't care. My kids ain't gonna go over there. That's me right about now.
Right.
So I'm talking to myself on this one, but I just don't know if I'm ready to do that forgiveness part because I need an apology first, baby.
Okay.
Being the bigger person. Again, that is hard to do.
That shit gets old too. Especially if you're always the one that is the bigger person. Like, at some point you're like, man, fuck this. I'm sick of it. I can't do it no more. But that's when you gotta find the strength with the S, strength to do it again.
And it's right. I'll forgive, but damn sure won't forget.
That part.
Absolutely. That's something hard to. You can't forget it. You can be like, you know, don't think just because I humbled myself that I remember that bitch shit that you did. So
right.
Try to see the other side of the story. That was kind of a question and okay. All right, but that's what they're saying, people. This is the educated scientific way of fixing things.
Right.
Provide reassurance that everything is okay and you know it's gonna be all right. We're gonna work it together. The big one right here. Now I can definitely put a big red circle on that one. Highlight that one. Identifying the real issue. You have to. Let's pinpoint what the hell happened here.
Right.
Let's talk about it. Then we can get part. If we can identify the real issue, maybe we can work on forgiveness. Maybe we can work on being the bigger person. Maybe we can. But we need to talk about what the hell happened. And use your words So use your words, talk about it, speak your mind, and give it time. So don't force it, but express how you feel. Y'all have that adult conversation about it, but give it time because it's not going to heal overnight. Right. It's definitely not going to heal overnight. And you see this number at the bottom, people. It's so many good comments in here. We want to hear from you too, but we see, y'all are going in. I love that. I can forgive, but most time I cannot forget. Absolutely.
Not gonna forget.
Never let anybody off the hook. Never family or not who's done you wrong. See? So that's not being the bigger person.
Right.
But we all, honestly, we struggle with that. I think that's where everybody are here talking about and testifying. It's like, how can you be the bigger person to a person that's an addict, that abused you, that molested you, that, I forgive you? That is traumatizing.
Right.
That is hard. So to be able to do that, I commend you. I definitely do. I can relate to a lot of what's being said, but I just have to love Minnie and both my mom and pop side from a long distance.
A long distance.
Even through some of the some are I live close to. You do. You gotta show love. You gotta love your family because your family is all you got most of the time.
Mm-hmm. My mother is so cold and heartless towards me. No convo, hugs, or affirmations. I basically had to build self-esteem on my own. If it wasn't for God, I would have committed suicide long ago. Oh, man.
And we definitely going to get into the latter end of what happens with this dysfunction because we are talking about mental health today. So we haven't had a deep topic like this in a long time, you guys. So we just definitely going to get into this one. I forgive and love from a distance. I've learned to give people the same energy they give me. No more, no less. After that, I pray for them and keep it pushing.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. Y'all just got some good stuff going on. I love it.
In my case, fixing was facing my issues with my mother, forgiving and also understanding that she can no longer be an active part of my life. I didn't do it by speaking to her. I wrote everything I felt about all of it, took it to God, burned it, and turned it to ash. It no longer exists. Wow.
So that was your forgiveness. And like she said earlier, she said, sometimes you just got to forgive it for yourself, not for that person, but you got to forgive it. So to kind of relieve it off your chest. Just like, you know what? I'm just not going to let this sit on me because it's weighing me down. I absolutely forgive you. You're not going to have a relationship in my life, but you know what? I forgive you.
Right.
Yeah. That's why he's pretty much Mad Mike the way he is now. And that's why I struggle with relationships and abandonment issues and things like that now because of, I didn't have such a male strong father in my, he was there. He was solid now. But as far as treatment, I didn't have that companion, that love and nurturing and things like that. I couldn't get that from him. And I felt neglected from my mother because it's like you're allowing it. You're just, behave right and act right, straighten up. You won't have to be treated like that, Mom. You need to stick up for me, And before I knew that wasn't even my real father. He's my father because he's that, he is because he's always been there. But it's like, you even held that lie for me this long where I could have had a whole relationship with my actual brother. Like we're still distant to this day. We love each other, but it's like because of that, it was kind of too late at that point. We're grown adults at this point. So we're not as close as he is to his sibling, his other sister and, sisters and family, because he has his own, sisters on his mother's side too. And that's like that. It made us estranged because of that, because we didn't know. So we didn't get real close. And if I would have known, you goddamn right, we would have been like, just like that, just like I am with my siblings here on my mother's side.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, y'all, that's family, real family. Yeah. Let me see. It's easy, but doing what's best for you and your daily peace is what, there you go, is what it is. I've had to realize this long ago about my mom. It's about my peace, not for apology. If that makes
That makes a lot of sense.
Lots of sense. That's what I mean. Get it off your chest. Don't worry about nobody else. They can still be doing dirt. They can still be out there in the streets doing what they doing. Crack at it, all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Forgive them though. Forgive them. Get it off your chest. Oh, look at that. Through therapy, I'm finally trying to establish a relationship with my pops after not speaking for years. Still a long way to go, but it is a process. But hey, you made that first step. You definitely made that first step, and that's sometimes it ain't easy now. It definitely not easy, but
I struggle with that one myself.
Oh yeah. Let's go ahead into the next one. We moving right along. We're doing pretty good. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. What if it cannot be fixed after you forgiven? After you just, because you guys know we got that one family member that's just, I ain't gonna do it no more. I'm gonna stop using the drugs, take me to rehab, and they don't change their way. They've been saved and everything sanctified, but they convert right back to those actions and convert back to that behavior and just backtrack to how they used to be. What if it cannot? Yes, this is streaming on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. So look up Lush Exchange everywhere. We are everywhere you want to be, as well as tune in. You meant
Twitter, not Instagram, right?
No. Oh, Twitter. Clips on Instagram, but live on Twitter.
Right.
But we're everywhere, and also on audio. So right after this, I always take this to the audio and post it. So of course if you need to listen to this on your way to work and everything, you are welcome to do that. It'll be streamed. It'll be there before the morning. So in case you couldn't watch this whole thing, or you just not a YouTube person, re-listen to it on audio. We're everywhere. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google. It's so many freaking. I didn't even know there's so many podcasts.
Literally everywhere.
We're everywhere. Trust and believe. So Lush Exchange. But can it be?
I think that's a good point. Burn the bridge if you can't fix the problem.
There you go. That's definitely. That is the key word. That's pretty much. If you can't fix it, you might as well just let it go.
I mean, what? Yeah. What else can you do? Right.
Mm-hmm. So basically, that's kind of leading into, we'll get into what happens when that doesn't, fix and things like that. Let go and let God. I'ma still love him and support him, but that's the bit. There you go. You got to lie in it. You did it. I'm sorry. We helped you out. We got you where you dropped the habit. We talked about what was going on. Even if it's a mental thing, we gotten you medication. We helped you. We're trying to be patient with you, and you just still using that as a crutch. Like, I'm bipolar, so this is why the fuck I act like this, and fuck y'all, and fuck up. But I love you. I love you. I didn't mean that. How many times you gonna do this to me? You know what? Cutting you off. Because we enable people like that. Them people that just be, wilding out, acting a fool, in and out of jail, and you mama putting the house up, doing all this. It's just my baby. That's my baby. Mama, let that ass sit in that jail. That's what you need to do. Let that ass sit there and think about it. Because apparently he or she understands that, somebody gonna bail me out. Somebody gonna make sure I'm all right. Sit your ass in there and think about it. That's what you need to do. If y'all some of those parents, you need to hear this. Let it go.
So Sid says it's a life lesson for everyone. We all respond to this differently. Sometimes the expectation is to instantly forgive, but it's not that easy. No, it's not.
It's definitely not.
Let it go, love, and most importantly, keep them at a distance. People like that can damage you and cause more collateral and emotional damage to you if you're not careful. Protect yourself. Absolutely.
Yeah. Ooh, y'all got some good stuff. We got things on down the line. My mom has substance abuse and abandoned me and my brother at a young age. Even though we are grown now, we still have walls up. I'm reluctant to let her try to have a relationship with. And I honestly, I get it. I get it. Oh,
Because you want to protect. You want to protect them from that.
protect them because you don't want them to get treated like you got treated, and then you still feeling, you're in your feelings about it as well. So it's kind of like
Right.
supervised times and things like that. Like, you ain't going out of my sight with my kids. And I honestly understand that wholeheartedly. I definitely can
Right.
get. They're called lost causes for a reason. Yes, they are. Let's see. Can't be fixed, just cut it. Can't help those that won't help.
That won't help themselves.
Saying
That part.
enablers.
You can't put in the work for somebody else. You can only do the work for your own self. And if there's another party involved and they're refusing to do the work, you just running on the hamster wheel with no destination. You just running for no damn reason. Cut it.
Oh, if you did anything to harm grandma, you dead to me. Ooh, yes. That family jewel right there. You don't get big mamas no more. You got to protect that. And you acting a fool and cutting up. Oh, yeah. Respect your elders. Definitely. A lot of this new generation don't. They don't give a shit about the teachers. The educators are retiring because they can't handle these children. But the cycle come down. It's how they was raised and et cetera, et cetera. So it is definitely a cycle. It's definitely a cycle. But let's go ahead and move on to the next, since we know it, let them go. Let that shit go. If we can't fix it. It's going to tie into why this makes sense, why the people are the way they are. What is mental health? This explains. Now we heard everybody's little story about how they were raised, but did you ever think that is the reason for mental health issues? Now, of course, mental health, the term, I'm going to give you a definition of it. The term mental health is not just, it's just let me get it out. But mental health awareness, basically, it's basically how you act, how you react, how, you go about your daily life. So it doesn't have to be good or bad. People hear mental health and sometimes they subject to just, the mental illness part of it. But mental health includes our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how we think, feel, and act. It also helps determine how we handle stress, relate to others, and make our choices. Mental health is important at every stage of life, from childhood into adolescence. So it's not just, the downfall of when things happen. I mean, mental health, period. Just waking up and feeling great every day. When you hype yourself up and you're, everybody's like, you're just so bubbly. You're just in a great mood. It's how you carry yourself. It's how you think. It's how you act, how you treat people, etc. So we have to get that mental health in check, people. We definitely do. We definitely do. So I definitely wanted to bring this out because it ties all together, as you know. Family issues, even have to be it don't have to be family issues. It can be relationships, it can be friendships, it can be anything. So this is kind of opening up to more of that. So what is mental health? So that's pretty much that is. Let me see what some of these comments are saying. Up here they call it wellness. Oh yeah, get your wellness checks. So things like that. Like, oh, definitely. Like, y'all got it. We have to do better, especially as African Americans. We push it off. It's taboo to talk about it. Oh, ain't nothing wrong with him. Oh, because guess what? I just lost a dear friend because of it. Of, not getting that in check. He used alcohol as his crutch. That's how he coped in life. I guess he didn't have, he was a bubbly, loving, you couldn't even tell that something was wrong with him because he chose his life to make sure everybody else was entertained and laughed. But was he really laughing? Was he really happy? Those things you don't ever know. You don't ever know what's going through a mental of anybody. Shoot, I walk every day with anxiety. I walk every day, every now and then, ups and downs, ups and downs. I don't take any medication. I self-medicate. But, I'll do that now. That's why they didn't go ahead and make it legal. But, you don't know what's going on with people. You don't understand what's going on with people. So that's what mental health is. Let's go ahead into the next one. What causes mental illness? So now we're talking about what is mental health, what causes it. Surprisingly, it's a lot to do with your childhood. So basically, childhood abuse, trauma, or neglect, everything we just already mentioned about the signs of dysfunction, social isolation or loneliness, experiencing discrimination as stigma, social disadvantage, poverty or debt, so money issues, bereavement, so losing someone that you just truly was, loved and was close to, and you just can't get over that. Severe or long-term stress, having a health condition, and unemployment or losing your job. So those are kind of a lot of the triggers to mental illness. You have anything to add to that?
So yes, having a health condition. What I just found out was, and it shocked the hell out of me, because this symptom you don't hear about a lot with COVID. You don't hear about this one, that a lot of survivors that dealt with COVID or got over COVID, one of their symptoms was suicidal thoughts. And I did not know that. So that was super shocking to me, so this thing is not just attacking your body, this thing attacks your mind as well. So for people to just feel like there's no hope, like they just want to end it, like that's serious. Aside from, the fatigue and the flu-like symptoms, and a lot of people aren't taking this serious enough. Like the fact that it attacks your mental, that makes you think about killing yourself, that's crazy. And it needs to be talked about more, in my opinion, because the only reason why I heard about this was because it was a special news special, and not just your local news. It was, a special, I want to say maybe Dateline or something like that, to where a lot of people who were struggling with COVID ended up saying that they literally thought about killing themselves. Like, damn. You don't hear that about the flu and, regular colds that you get that just wipe your energy out. But for it to do all of that, and then to have you just thinking about offing yourself, like, damn, you got to take that seriously. That was just crazy to me that was one of the symptoms. And it seems like every day there's a new symptom with dealing with COVID. But for that to be one of them, that's also attacking your mental, that's crazy.
I suffer from PTSD, and how I cope with was to drink. When it started to interfere with my life and people around me, it was suggested I take therapy, and it's been a lifesaver. Been sober for almost 7 months, and he was in town.
Congratulations!
Just a better person. We kick back, watch football or baseball, and man, I'm telling you, it's a world of difference, man. That alcohol, and I'm telling you, I used to drink like that. Because that's the main reason why I don't drink real heavy now, because my biological father is a freaking alcoholic. Ain't no telling where he at right now. He's alive, I'm pretty sure, but yeah, he was on my father's side. They was all heavy drinkers and things like that. So I used to kick back cups big and with no chaser and just be drinking it to the point where I would black out. Now, it wasn't where I was out and about. I knew better to do all that in public, but of course, at home with family and friends, I used to kind of overdo it, and everybody else downstairs party, I'm upstairs, damn fucked up, or waking up not remembering what the fuck happened. Just be glad that I was with people that loved me, But yeah, I was using addiction. I was definitely addicted to drinking alcohol and things like that, to the point I was like, I don't even like. That's why I'm not a big liquor drinker now. I'll drink it every now and then, but
yeah,
I really don't drink it that much. Especially if you guys see my home, we have bottles because my brother is like a bartender, but it barely get touched purposely because I learned how to take that will and power and just like, I don't need it. So definitely, pre-existing conditions definitely are tough as hell to deal with. Pandemic or
that part.
You live in that fear. You fear to go outside. And that's real. I didn't even think about that. I didn't think about people that actually are at risk. How was their life during this pandemic?
Right.
Woo, yeah. Woo! This is really deep. Yes, yeah. But ain't nobody else called in. Y'all scared? Are you scared to talk to us? We won't bite. We just won't bite. Just call in and just give your testimony. You ain't even got to tell your name. We ain't got to know who you are. Seriously. But do you guys want to call? If that's what it is, you don't even got to tell your name. Give yourself an alias. Don't even give your saying. You just Mr. X. That's fine.
Yeah.
Definitely call in. Whoa, look at these comments. I don't even know where to begin.
So Jay said exactly the same, Dre. PTSD from Iraq did me in. I still taste the gunmetal in my mouth from 2017. Ever since I got treatment and left the bottle alone, life balanced out. That's awesome.
Definitely. But see, and that's why you take your story and you tell people about it. Others that have the same thing that you have going on. You talk to them like, look, man, put that bottle down. Let it go. It's not gonna. I mean, it's a temporary fix, people.
Very temporary.
It's definitely a temporary fix. It doesn't. And then you fucked up. You're sick, and and it breaks your body down too.
Mm-hmm.
The longer that you're doing it, it breaks your body down. I love Nick Turner to call in. Go ahead, everybody. You call in, Jacqueline.
Salute, Jay, from one veteran to another. Keep fighting, bro. Yeah, you've got to have a support system. So sometimes you can't do it alone.
And I just feel for those people that just really, really, really can't get out of that.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them just really can't snap out of it, and they just live a lone life of terrible. They just behave and act out, and just because whatever traumatized them there just kind of messes them all the way up. And I just hate to see the homeless on the streets and all those people, because I mean, everybody know the VA don't care about you, to be real. There's a lot of these people that used to be, so it's like you getting the badge and honor, but look how you get back when you come back to the States and how you get treated. So to me, that's unfair to you guys that have to suffer through this. You gave your all for our country, and you guys should be royalty. You should be treated that way. Definitely. So I appreciate y'all. Salute to everybody that's ever put on a uniform and went out there and fought for our freedom.
Right.
I definitely give it honor to you guys, because I know you guys are definitely going through it the most, because you've probably seen some things you won't be able to forget.
Right.
I need to hear this because I'm a heavy drinker. Oh, yes. Yes, I'm a heavy drinker. This message is for, yes, look. I mean, it took me a long time, because I used to just be like, yeah, party. And, I used to go out, and it took my damn husband, because I used to go out and hang out late.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I come up in the house, I'm falling all over the place drunk. And he didn't want to kiss me. He was like, I don't even want, you're my, this before we got married, but he was like, I don't even want to, it feel like I'm taking advantage of you when you're kind of just out of it. You're just, he was just like, I don't like when you come home like that, because you're loud, you're crazy, you're not you.
Yeah.
And he had to shake me, a little bit. You need to stop that, woman, because you blacking out. I had to wake up like, what happened? Like, that was a whole fucking problem. That's no more. I had to stop that, but I was right there with you, Tosh. So if this is you, honey, you got to just stop buying it. Stop buying it. You gotta like do what Dre did. He I ain't trying to put his business out there, but he actually picked up weed. And that helps him. And he actually said he don't drink because he smokes a lot of weed, which is fine. But you might just need something else. Of course, nothing else other than weed, but
right.
Find you like a hobby or something that you like to do, create, craft, run, exercise, dance, do something that can kind of keep your mind off of, you know what, when I'm having a bad time, I'm gonna pick that bottle up. So Tasha, do it. You got to do it. If you got to, talk to somebody about it. Addiction is real. It's definitely real, and for you to say that means you at least acknowledge that you have an issue. Some people don't, you ain't gonna tell me I can drink my liquor and I don't care what you say. But if you're acknowledging it, you're in the right step.
That part.
You're definitely in the right step. So, own it. Take control of that. Let's see. So who are more susceptible to all the dysfunction, mental illness, introverts or extrovert?
I don't think it has anything to do with whether or not you're an introvert or an extrovert. Yeah, I think it has everything to do with what you've gone through, experiences, all of that. I don't think it has anything to do with because sometimes being an extrovert is a cover-up. Like they just want to be outgoing because maybe it helps them not think about the own shit that's going on in their head.
There you go. Want to be in the spotlight, showing a face.
That brings me to some of the things that you can do if you are one of those that are struggling with mental health. So there are, aside from picking up weed or aside from, lashing out, there are things that you can do, because what it all boils down to is getting your mind off of what you're concentrating on, which is the dysfunction and you being hurt and how you feel. Sometimes you just got to put your mind on other shit, such as there's a study now that shows the therapeutic benefits of planting, whether it's fruit, vegetables, succulents, they call them. Like you have to get your mind on something else. So whether it's planting, music, things like cross stitching, getting your ass up off of your ass and moving your body. Because if all you're doing is just sitting there day after day, quarantine day after day, all you're literally doing is sitting at home, especially if you're working from home, or maybe you're not working because of COVID. If you're just stationary, you're literally doing yourself a disservice just sitting there wallowing in self-pity. You have to get your body moving. What else? And then a lot of people don't think about this whole quarantine thing is the lack of touch. Lack of touch is contributing to failed mental health, because you can't be around people like you want to, especially if you're an extrovert, because you got to think about contracting COVID. And then what if you have family, you contract it and then you spread it to them. So you want to isolate yourself, but that can be detrimental to your mental health. So get a pet. It don't have to be, a puppy or a kitten, something that's going to require a lot, but get a fish even. Get something.
Some people get like a dog, a pet, or like you said, a pet.
And that's a dog or a cat is kind of a big step, especially if you went from nothing to bam, dog or cat. But if you're wanting to get your mind off of it, getting a pet is the way to go. And then that also gives you a sense of touch, because you're isolating in your quarantine. You don't get that, being by yourself. So get a pet. The whole idea is to get your mind off of that isolation and that sorrow and pity and everything that you're thinking about. So yeah, Emmeline by Stephanie. I grew up with an abusive father to my mom, an absent presence to me, and a mom that suffered. I have made it my life to be the best parent to my kids and to be the dream man my mama deserves. Yeah.
Oh man, y'all.
Right.
You're gonna have me in my tears in a minute. I'm being here crying in a minute. But I'm already kind of like, this topic right here, because I do have a daughter now that because mental illness, of course, it runs in everybody's family, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I deal with my own trauma and things like that, because I was actually raped as a child. Yeah. That's kind of how, that's what I'm saying. I went through a whole lot coming up. That's why I am the way I am. But yeah, I was raped by a 40 or something old, whoever he was, back when I was in my freshman year of high school. I was,
wow.
I was cutting class, because I was at a school that it was a cakewalk. And of course, I was just making A's, and I was pretty much busting A's, not even being in the class. So I was like, why do I got to be in class? So, of course, I started hanging with the wrong crowd, hanging out. And it was just a particular day that I decided to cut class, and it happened that day. And man, I tell you, I was afraid of black cars. That's the car he drove. He was a heavy set. I can remember all of that. Heavy set with a beard, grown ass man with an ID on his everything. Like, I was still young and naive. I didn't, I just went into instant shock. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think about pay attention to your surroundings. Don't talk to strangers. All of that went out the fucking window. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened to me. So, like I said, I didn't have a real strong relationship with my father, as well as this grown ass man took advantage of me. Basically, it was my first time. So he took my innocence. Yeah. He took my innocence. So I had to live with that regret that I couldn't give myself to the proper person for the first time. I pretty much, that's when I started getting a little bit, I didn't care at that point. I felt it was my fault. And I was just, after that point, fuck life, fuck everybody, So I was like, just running the streets, acting a fool, wilding out, being with folks. And, you know what I'm saying? I just started just not caring about life. And that was back when I was just still in school, though. You know what I'm saying? And I was just glad that I matured up from that. But yeah, that is why I'm very protective of who I am. And I can honestly, it's more like if I will sit there and act, it's a good thing going on, but for some reason I'm always thinking the bad. What can happen? That is my problem. It's like it's going too well for me. So I tend to draw back and run away from it. It's like, you know what? I'm seeing something that's not right. So I have those abandonment issues. I'm sorry, that's what I actually go through. That's why I struggle in relationships. I'm married, but we definitely was on rocks, back and forth. But a lot of it had to do with me, as well as he was brought up in his mother abandoned him, and she was there, but she raised him as a child herself. She had him very young, so she raised him like, you got to be, a best friend of you. Ain't, they didn't have a mother-daughter mother-son relationship. And then she also had addictions and things like that, and brought people that was addicted. So it's a cycle, people. It is definitely a cycle that affects the way people, and then you bring these two untogether people and expect the marriage and a relationship to work when you going through your own shit. We didn't go through family counseling and nothing like that. We just got married. So that's what I'm dealing with, y'all. That's what I'm dealing with. That's what I'm dealing with. That's my story. That's my testimony, people.
Good.
Yeah.
Chastity, everything can be fixed. Either things change or you choose to remove yourself or that person. Either way, it is fixed. Allow people to show you how to fuck with them. No more, no less. Man.
I'm telling you, this was going to get deep, y'all. Now, I just wanted to, this episode was basically This is my therapy. To hear everybody else talk about what they're going through and things like that. Sometimes you suffer in silence.
Mm-hmm.
You definitely do. You definitely do. So it's a struggle for me to get up every day and wondering if I honestly want to be here sometimes. I'm not going to lie.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just like, well, especially when people just want to be ugly towards you and treat you a certain way, because it's like, why you just got to be so hateful all the time?
Right.
I'm just here to be your friend, help you out. We're business partners or whatever, but why do you guys got to be so evil? Just don't get it. So, I just keep my distance. I can name on my hand how many friends I really truly got.
Right.
Friends. Trust and believe. The government has failed so many people in various situations, non-existent conditions, or And you got, I'm saying, like, it's people that's really, we all are going, and look, Tosh, come on, testimony, girl. Me and you, look. I've been raped as well, and I'm not afraid to talk about it. You have to, because I have to educate my daughter, but
right.
We're not alone. I've been raped as well, and I'm not afraid to talk about it now because I have 3 daughters, and that's how I let that hurt go, telling them what I went through. And I don't wish that kind of pain on them. Absolutely.
Man.
So because my 15-year-old, she likes to feel herself sometimes. And that's the one that goes through her mental. She was diagnosed with mood disorder, depression.
Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely a psychological thing that's going on with her. So she does have to take medication and things like that, because it, like, my story. She lost her way to the point she looked at me and was like, "You're not my mother. You're evil. She was seeing things and hearing things.
Oh, wow.
We thought it was possible schizophrenia, but they was like, no, she's not showing the signs of schizophrenia. It's more, they figured it out. They figured it out. She had to stay away from me for about a month in a facility, but that was the hardest. And during COVID, you guys, so I couldn't go visit her. I can only talk to her over the phone, and it was like 5 minutes. Here's your daughter. Okay, ma'am. If you missed that call, you missed her.
Right.
That type of deal. She was in prison somewhere. That's what I had to go through. Girl, I'm telling you. I don't know how I'm walking every day, but I do it. I absolutely do it. But we had one more thing to talk about. What are the different types of mental illness? Some people don't know what it is. So it could be something that some of you guys are related to. But like I kind of said, my daughter has the mood disorder, depression disorder, personality disorder, post-traumatic stress. A lot of people got that. Psychotic disorders included schizophrenia. Is kind of what I talked about. And I think that's about it. It's really, I thought it was more than anxiety. Oh, here you go. Anxiety disorders included panic disorder, obsessive compulsive disorder, and phobias. And of course, depression, bipolar disorder, and mood disorder. So, and that's what she kind of got. So, yeah. Talk to somebody.
It's a chemical imbalance.
It's a chemical imbalance.
Sometimes it may not necessarily be trauma that you went through.
Exactly.
There's just a chemical imbalance inside your body that needs to be regulated in order to fix whatever's going on. But, whew.
Yes, girl. Yes, girl. Y'all in here. Let's get back to these comments, though. I know y'all are. I could even go back to where we was. Let me see.
Right. Leave off.
Ooh. Let's see. Navy scars. I grew up with them. I'm trying to go back. Oh yeah. Oh, weed helps me a lot now. I'm a lot more mellow, and people notice less anger and stress. Absolutely. I'm saying I don't know why they're scared about that.
You need to be conscious of what you're self-medicating with. Sometimes one can trigger you instead of helping you. So sometimes alcohol is not the answer because it might make you act in a certain way that's going to do more harm than good. So aside from getting therapy, because I believe therapy definitely helps, if you're going to self-medicate, know which one is better for you. One's going to be, more harmful than it is going to be good. So CBD is real popular nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
THC too, both of them.
And Sid Falcon said, "Thank you guys for your
For all the
service.
veterans.
Thank you for your service." Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely.
If you have a weak mind, you're gonna have a lot of problems in life. That's
and
kind
sometimes you need help. Sometimes you need help strengthening your mind. And that's
exactly
perfectly okay. Once
exactly.
you
You're gonna have a
recognize
lot of
that's a
problems.
need, take the steps that are necessary to help strengthen that, because there is nothing wrong with needing
Admitting you
help.
have some issues. There's nothing
Yeah,
wrong
there's
with
nothing
that.
wrong with that.
Mm-hmm. Everything. Oh, we already can see. I'm back where he was saying it was fixed. I had to use private insurance to go inpatient and care for myself. I went to Dallas VA and told them I put a weapon in my mouth and didn't want to live. They told me it was that's what I'm saying. It's like a waiting list. It will be 3 weeks until they get me an inpatient treatment. I snapped and they locked me in a psych ward for 8 days.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. It's just like it's just no help for them. It's like but of course, because it was traumatic over there. So everybody is most likely, almost everybody is suffering from something. Maybe they are full, but have a little bit more compassion. Find some, come on now. We probably the richest country, and you can't even take care of your damn veterans out here. Is that long of a waiting list? Like kind of like Canada. Not, Canada, yes, they have their health care, but from what I hear is like you're on waiting lists and things like that too. So do some people like, I want to move to Canada. Do you really want to? Because you're gonna be waiting just like these guys that served for us and have to wait to, and that's kind of what happened to one of my friends. He was going through it and he ended up getting, put in a little psych thing because he had to wait. He had to wait. So how do you handle that? Let's see. Yeah, I went all the way back. Okay, my stepsister raped at 14, had a boy and everything, never found out who the guy was to this day. And someday it really pains me to still live to know that this guy is still out there or not. Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, look at that. This entire episode is definitely a self-help book. That's why we wanted to have it, people. Like I'm gonna give my testimony if it helps someone. Definitely. So, to the drinkers, the people that's been raped, that just don't have a relationship with I've been through it all. Trust and believe, I've been through it all. So, the Maggie y'all see every day, I come here because I have to thank my God that I'm still alive each and every day.
Right.
I praise him because it's like, you know what? That's in the past. Let it go. Let it go. You got children. You got to be a mother to them, because now I have an autistic son and a daughter with the mental disorder. So I have to be, if I can't get myself together, how the hell am I supposed to be raising my children? So sometimes we just gotta suck it up and just live.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hey, ladies. Hey, blessing. Oh, hey, ladies. Yes. Thank you, Facebook. I wish we could see who you are.
I know.
Oh, yeah. So I love this, guys, but I think that's about where we're going to go with it. Anybody else had any final thoughts on this? I like this one. I found that those of us with mental disorders have a connection to the subconscious that is way beyond surface level. That is how we are able to access our personalities, etc. The key is that therapy and spirituality to connect to those branches of ourselves and control them. Hey, and you know what? You said something right there. I do sometimes believe in there's a other dimension, that sometimes that we're not seeing. So sometimes those highs, you might be, depending on it. I think sometimes you might be seeing a different, some folks might not be that crazy now. I'm just saying, but that's a whole nother
Right.
topic there.
It's me, Tina Spears. Hey, Tina. Okay,
I
I
don't
know
know
I know you are. If you're watching us from a group, it doesn't show us who you are. So I think she's watching us from the dues, and that's why it just says
Oh,
Facebook user. So
makes sense.
hey,
Okay.
Tina Boo.
Yeah, so yeah, say your name because it's just showing Facebook users, so we want to give you the.
Yeah, if they tune in from a group, it won't show us who you are. But
I didn't know that. I never figured that part out.
yeah, I figured that out.
So, while we're talking about the effects of it, who has overcome depression? Who has overcome like those type of things? I'm leaving it open, for the last segments of it. Does anybody got a story of what they did? I know she definitely gave some tips. But what are some things? Let's put some tips in the chat that can help somebody else.
Definitely.
If it worked for you, I want to see those. I definitely want to see what worked for you. And I could definitely give some pointers. Music is my therapy. If anybody like Matt might know, I will sing. If you're on the phone with me, I will probably sing a tune. I'll sing my menu. I'll sing anything. I just be singing. I love music. I love aromatherapy. So in my house, I have to have like a candle lit. I have to have an incense, or of course I got to, take a bath, use, lavender, and of course, Heli.
Yes, lavender and chamomile.
Yes, ma'am.
Good, soothing, calming.
Pure romance, people. Also,
aromatherapy does work.
So good things like that. Music gets you through a lot. Yes, I love it. Like it gives you a feel good mood. Definitely. I get up and I start dancing. I'm just, I'll be at work still listening to music. Like that's just how I get up and to go about my day. Of course, I talk to people. Like people don't even realize me and Nikki like met only once already. Well, you know what I'm saying? Like you would think that we've, seen each other and met each other periodically, but no.
Grew up together or some shit.
But it's just we just naturally have that chemistry like that. And it's like it's people like that you hold dear because it's genuine. It just, because like I said, I can count on my hands real true friends that I have. And I just purposely do that because of things that people did to me and things like that. And especially with support and things like that, they're not there. So I don't forget that type of stuff. I'm sorry. So, so music, sports, weed, and my son. Oh, yeah.
Oh, definitely.
I'm still a work in progress. Prayer, therapy, music, and meditation help me to hold it all together. Absolutely. And I love taking I take my bath salts and take a bath. I mean, I'm telling you, it'd be a whole vibe over here. I know how to relax. I don't care what y'all talking about. I have like lights and everything that I'll turn the lights down. I have a little light that go on my ceiling. It look like a galaxy or something. But I take those extreme steps because that's what calms me.
I want to get that.
You rather me be calm, Maggie, than just you don't want that. You do got to get that, Nikki. It's everything. Like turn some music on, get you some aromatherapy, and have like some nice dim lights that you could, it takes your room over, and I'm telling you, it's everything. It's relaxing. It's definitely.
I'm gonna go on Amazon after this show.
Yes, people. Yeah, get some credit for it. I need to go ahead and create. We need. You know what, Nikki?
What?
Amazon. Amazon thing. You know how you have it where I think we get a certain thing. People make Amazon lists. Like if you shop and you have a certain link, I think you get like credit for it or something like that. Somebody might know in the audience about it, but it's something where you can create an account for when we talk about these things. I might be thinking about that. I'm sitting here thinking business, y'all. But
right.
Laughing and joking is definitely Kevin.
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, Lush Exchange for me is therapy for me. This is my outlet. Like all the shit that's crammed up in my head, I get to let it out every week. No matter what our topic is, I get to I get to let the shit that's in here out, and it very much is it's therapy for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everybody. I see a lot of similarities. Drink kava, binaural beats, and talking to a therapist and talking to your partner.
Yeah, that's so huge in mental health. Having a supportive partner
Mm-hmm.
that has taken the initiative to understand you and want to work with you instead of leaving you, that shit is huge. And actually wanting to see you be better. Like, damn if this person looks good or not. Are they good for your soul? Do they help you
Mm-hmm.
elevate as a person? Like, because sometimes you can't do it on your own. Sometimes you need that person that's going to push your ass to be better and be greater and to elevate. That's what you should take into account. Not what that person looks good. Not whether or not they look good or not. Which, sometimes I'm like, I want both. I want both of them. You shouldn't have to settle. But shit, if you're weighing one over the other, weigh the fact that they care enough about you that they want to see you elevate, and they're not just going to let you sit in whatever basic bullshit you have going on. They're going to push your ass to get out of yourself and elevate. That to
Mm-hmm.
me is what matters. That understanding is huge.
I'll say one thing, and one thing I didn't mention, my therapist did recommend Solfeggio sounds. I'm probably saying it wrong, people, but it's basically wave sounds. It's like it's tunes that you hear in your ear that kind of balance your brain, and it has it where it can go towards whatever your mood you want to be. It can be an energy booster. It can be a relaxing where you're trying to get your
Mm,
mind together to concentrate. Look it up, Solfeggio. It's Solfeggio. It's
okay.
research it. It's brain frequencies. So it's just basically like a little ding doo. It's like sounds. It's not
Mm,
actual like a music. But you'll some of them might have like a sound along with it. It kind of, but it's like a very like people that say they meditate. You
mhm.
listen to it, definitely get you a good pair of headphones and just kind of relax your mind. And they say you can listen to it. I sometimes I'll do it before work. It kind of calms you.
Mhm.
It's definitely look it up, you guys. That is what my therapist recommended, and I'm telling you, it
Okay.
definitely kind of gets you just kind of in the mood, just kind of just okay. Let me calm myself down. I'm going to
Yeah.
work today. You know, it's really common though. It's really, really, really common. So definitely
Okay.
look into something like that. So I'm throwing some little things out there for you guys that's going to help you elevate, get your mind right. I really thank you, ladies, so much because this shit real and y'all can't make this. We can't. We're going through it.
We are not a scripted show at all. We have set topics. Sometimes we stick to those topics, sometimes we don't. But I love that, we're this is not a script for us. We're strictly coming to you straight from the heart. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what I love about our show.
Mm-hmm. And while y'all watching this, go ahead and share it. This is a good topic that
Hit that
everybody
share
needs to
button.
hear about it. I mean, even if you didn't watch the live, if you just kind of catching the tail end of this, go back and rewatch it, share it with your people, leave a
Mhm.
comment. Because we like to see your stories. That's what we want to
Yes.
see. So if it's
Yes.
not here, leave it on the status, leave it anywhere you want to leave it on YouTube, Facebook, anywhere. We're going to see it and we want to respond to it. And we appreciate
Mhm.
everybody that we can move. We do anything, if we don't do nothing else, but we can move one person, we've done our jobs.
Exactly.
And that's how I feel about it. So I said I definitely wanted to do this one. Meditate to a kid. Don't be
Oh, don't be eye candy. Be soul food for your partner.
Thank
Okay.
you, Dre. Thank you. Because you can be
I
cute and
mean,
all that all day long, but are you that supportive partner?
yeah. Can you do both? Can you do both of them? Because I mean, sometimes I'm very much an advocate for, don't settle for less than what you deserve. That having a person that looks good is good, but can they also feed your soul and help you elevate? Because that's what's most
Mm-hmm.
important.
partner you want. You want somebody that's gonna make you a better person.
Do they care?
Do they care? Oh my God. That's the deal breaker, people. And then especially when you're all, you're going through your own issues and you hold off on your feelings and things like that too. Sometimes we can be the problem too, because we like to hold everything in and keep things to ourselves, and we don't want to express ourselves, and somebody trying to figure out if you're mad, happy, sad, and we can't get to you because you just don't want to open up. Sometimes we are the problem. You don't understand that. So it ain't just whoever else did something to you. Sometimes we are that person.
Right.
That did it. So if that's you, if you are the abuser, you're not going to admit to it. But look, you have to think about everybody that you've ever hurt. All these times they got to sit there and hear you cry and boo-hoo. I'm sorry, I did that. I don't mean it. And you go back and do it. Those relationships got torn because of you, because of who you are, your behavior. You kept going. And now you wonder why nobody fuck with you now. Just saying.
That part.
Just saying. So of course we had to call them out too now. I'm just saying.
Yeah, not everybody's a victim.
Not everybody's a victim. And I'm telling you, I was that drinker. I was like, hey, no, I was doing all of that. And the little girl in me grew up and was like, what the hell are you doing? You over here drinking and acting a fool, putting yourself in danger. All of this, what the hell is wrong with you? This is before kids and everything else. So kids humbled my ass. I tell you that.
Okay.
Children humbled me completely. But let's go ahead and get into this too. Well, I'm talking about 2-point conversion. I'm thinking about ATL in Fort Zone and, run Atlanta Falcons Nation. I'm thinking of that. Anyway. The aftershot. There's so many names to this, you guys. We have different names for our little closing moments, and I'm thinking of AFL. Right. So my mistake, but it's the same thing. But aftershots, people, aftershots. You know what? I'm talking to you because I was you. I definitely was you. So you gonna get it.
Telling me about myself.
You better go get some bottles of water and get all that out your system. Do some running. Go get your treadmill.
Sometimes that's all you need. Somebody to sit your ass down and say, hey, look, damn it. You need to fix this.
Look, this person below you, heavy drinker.
I had to look in the mirror at myself after things started to negatively start to happen. Very humbling experience for me. Yeah, sometimes you need that person that's going to be like, look, enough is a damn enough. It needs to be fixed. Like this path that you're on is not going to bring you anything but destruction.
And be glad that you have your health, because I don't know your situation, but you don't want to be on dialysis. You don't want to be where it's crippling you to the part that your body is shutting down. So take control of that now. And that's what I had to think about. I was like, I'm tossing it back like nose chaser type liquor. So no, like stop it. It's breaking you down, and you can be a whole lot better. I'm trust and believe once you get rid of that habit. Let it go. Cigarette smokers, let that shit go. You don't need it. I'm telling you, I was drinking cigarettes. Y'all wouldn't even believe it. That's what I'm saying.
You smoked cigarettes?
I did.
Girl.
I did. I'm saying, like, you don't honestly, you don't know what people are going through. You know what I'm saying? But that was back when I was a little younger and everything. But yeah, I cut that habit. I just said, you know what? Enough is enough. And I'm telling you, I stopped that habit, and I woke up like, my goodness, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have a new perspective in life. I felt better. I felt good because I was just enabling myself, thinking that's what I needed to feel good about myself. But guys, you gotta let it go. You got to let it go. You're not meant for everybody. Everybody isn't meant for you. Some need to learn when to hold them and when to fold them.
Oh yeah.
You got me singing.
No, when to fold them.
I encourage everyone to research radical
Radical
acceptance.
acceptance.
Crucial.
Okay, y'all got some homework. Okay,
Homework.
research
So,
radical acceptance
and radical acceptance. Solfeggio sounds. Radical acceptance. So you got some things y'all can Google up and look it up. And I'm telling you, come back here next week and tell me. You know what? Thank you. Thank you for that.
Right. If you need to get help, get it. It can be a matter of life and death. Put that pride aside and talk to someone. Absolutely.
Now, there's Dre's testimony, y'all. I'm telling you. That man right there.
Whole different person.
Whole different person.
There's Christina. Right now, 2020 has brought us to a time where mental health and general health and well-being is so important. We need to be complete. I believe that is important to reach out. Absolutely. Get all the heavy stuff off your heart and mind. Absolutely. Agreed.
Absolutely. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Vince.
Yes.
Thank you for your time. And we want to go ahead and get into this.
After
shot. Yes. So,
do you have one?
My after shot is I never know. I swear I be so prepared for this show, but never think about my aftershocks.
I actually thought about one. You want me to go while you think about yours?
Yeah.
Okay. So y'all, my aftershot. Okay. So if y'all are on Twitter, y'all need to follow this guy, Idris Elbow. So Idris Elbow, he's hilarious. But one of his tweets recently went pretty much viral because the ladies on The Real talked about it. So, and I'm paraphrasing because I couldn't find the actual tweet, but basically it was like, if a guy offered to take you on a date to Target and told you, get whatever you want, don't worry about the cost, I got it, would you go? And y'all, I was shocked at a lot of the responses that I saw. Like the panel on The Real was like half and half. You know, Garcelle and the guest host that they had, they were like, you know, they were real bougie about it. Like Target, like no, like I need to be wined and dined if it's our first date. Like I wouldn't go to Target and do that. While Adrian and Lonnie, I agreed with because they were like, hell yeah, I would go. Are you kidding me?
I got children and everything.
Number one, that's an unconventional way of getting to know somebody. And I don't care if it's Target or Walmart. You get the same result either way. But hell yeah, I would go. You telling me I can get whatever I want and I don't have to worry about the cost? Like, while you bullshitting, that's going to cost more than a traditional dinner and drink. And then you take your ass home. So, for me, I was like, that's hella creative. Like, number one, you're getting to know somebody outside of that bullshit ass interview type of dinner that you have on a regular first date. Like, number one, like, what are you getting? That you can find out a lot about a person based on what they're getting. Number two, I'm the type of person, and I have friends like this as well. Like, if you can't be out with me in public and you can't bag on other people that are around, we're not going to get along. Because if I see some shit that's not sitting right with my soul, I'm going to talk about it. Like, babe, look at her eyelashes. Or look at, you know, whatever the case may be. If you can't have fun, we're not going to get along.
Exactly.
If you don't have a sense of humor, we're not going to get along. So I thought that was a unique way to spend time getting to know somebody. But I was surprised that the ladies were like, if it's a first date, I need to be wined and dined. Hester, how many wine and dine dates have you been on and your ass is still single? So maybe try something different. But I was just shocked that they were like, no, if it's a first date, I couldn't do that. Like, girl, bye. Like, I swear, the dating mentality these days is fucked. It's literally fucked.
Yeah.
But I was surprised. But me, that sounds fun as hell. Am I the only one that thinks that sounds fun as hell?
No, that's
like,
definitely fun.
Target or Walmart, and like that's a different way to get to know somebody. So I was like, man, I would totally do that. So that's my afterthought, y'all. And especially now, that's a date that you can go on and you can be socially distanced. You can wear your mask. Like, life doesn't have to stop, but at the same time, you need to be safe. So doing something like that, you can socially distance, you can wear your mask, have your hand sanitizer on deck, and make it do what it do. But I mean, y'all don't have to let this pandemic stop your life. Just be smart.
Be smart about it. Yeah. And you know what? That's actually what I was going to go into, because I was like, let me go ahead and talk about it, because some people probably didn't know why I was missing last week, if you caught catching the latter end of this show. My husband contracted the virus. He positive for COVID. Now, he didn't get like sickly, like where he was just like, oh, my deathbed, but he lost the taste and smell. That was the first sign, of course. And he had a couple of fevers and things like that. But other than that, he's fine. He's definitely fine. But in Georgia, we out here with no mask on, in clubs, partying and acting the fool, cookouts, fish fries, all that kind of stuff.
The funny thing? I saw a map today, earlier this morning, it was like 2:00 in the morning, that showed the rest of the United States is either in an uptick or a spike, but Georgia
is not that bad.
Is not at an uptick or a spike. So what the hell are y'all doing in Georgia that the rest of the United States is not doing? Like, I need to know.
But I don't know. It's kind of hard to believe that. It's kind of hard to believe that, because when I had to go get my COVID test, that whole waiting room, everybody, African American, every last one of us was in there getting a COVID test. It was to the point where they had
I'm going to show you the map. Georgia is literally the only state that is not at either an uptick or an increase in cases. I was like, well, what the hell are y'all doing?
I don't know. Maybe they ain't reporting their numbers, because it was so many folks in that waiting room. It was to the point where they was like, you got to stand outside, ma'am, because there was so many people in there testing for COVID.
Yeah.
So to me, maybe the numbers ain't in there, or something. Maybe we're not as bad as we think we are compared to the other states. But I'm saying this to say this, people. Stock up right now. This is the best time to do it, because don't be doing like we did last time. All the tissue go, all the sanitizer go, all that. Get all your immune system shit. I got all kinds of emergencies, and I got so much stuff in here that I'm gonna be perfectly fine. And tell that friend you can't come over. I'm sorry. Y'all, can we please just social distance finally? Put your mask on, wash your hands, wash your ass, wash everything you need to wash.
And y'all know Thanksgiving is coming up, and everybody is like suggesting that you mix the family gatherings. Do it online. Like,
can we get rid of
telling everybody?
Please, I want to live my life. I mean, of course, I don't let things put me in fear. I still go out and do what I need to do. I'm being safe about it, but I want to be able to just take a trip anywhere, and like, we're restricted in certain countries. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, come on, people, we got to get it together. Let's just calm y'all asses down for the holidays. Let's get through this for the rest of this year so we can live our lives again in 2021.
I'm so sick of this shit.
I'm so sick of it. So it finally just hit home, and I was like, shit, this shit is really real.
Yeah.
It's really real, folks. Oh, I hate them conspiracy theory people and all that Negro. This shit is hidden, folks. I don't care if it's man-made or not. It's hidden us. What you gonna do about it? You can talk about it all day long, but cover your face, sir. Cover your face while you're talking about it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Wear your mask. Damn it.
Well, your mask. As a matter of fact, let's get us some Lush Exchange masks, and we're gonna make sure y'all have some. Because you know, business
yeah.
mode I be in business mode every single day. We're gonna get us some Lush Exchange masks so y'all can walk around and tell folks, wear your shit. Wear it. But that's the end of that. Please, we need a new topic. So if y'all want to talk about something else, let us know in the comments. Come back on the show on YouTube, on the replay. Leave us some comments there. Let us know what you want to hear us talk about, because I see that we hit home today, and this was needed for a lot of you guys.
Right.
So I appreciate y'all hanging there with us, testifying, telling your stories, being bold about that, because guess what? We got to talk about it, people. We have to give it out. I was vulnerable to you guys today because I had to tell you my truth. Why Maggie is the way Maggie is. But guess what? You don't let that shit hold you down, though. You absolutely don't. You live your life. You pray about it. You get your therapy. You talk to people. You get through that shit. You cut those habits.
Did we do this topic already? I think we did.
We did it.
Maybe it was on another show.
It was something else that we're not a part of anymore.
Okay.
Yeah. We did it then, but we didn't do it for this show.
Maybe we can revisit.
We might need to, check out that, because we pretty much was the pioneers of that whole operation anyway. So, just saying. All right, people. Oh, I didn't mean it. Oh, see.
Hey, y'all see the shirt though?
Yes. Drop that link. That's what we need, because she will drop that link. Buy 45.
Yes, I will drop the link so y'all can get y'all buy 45 shirts.
So look for it on Nikki, on mine, wherever you can find it. We'll put it on the YouTube comments too, so you can find this, because I'm getting me one, and we're gonna have matching shirts. Okay. We're gonna do it with that Lush Exchange mask and shirt. We're gonna do that.
Boom.
We see where we at. Yes, I love you guys, but we're gonna go ahead. We don't win a little longer than we should have, but that's okay, y'all. We had to get this in there. I thought it was gonna go longer than that. We did pretty good.
I did too. Yeah, we did good.
We navigated pretty well. We just awesome. Hercules. And then we didn't get with the shenanigans today. We did pretty well,
We
y'all.
did. We have some sense this time. We ain't
got some
sense shit for next show, but tonight we have some damn sense.
So tune in next week, because you already know we bringing the shenanigans right on back. We finna cut up. I'm telling y'all. So go ahead and give us them topics now, which I want us to cut about next. But we had to do this one though.
Yeah.
Love you.
Love you, Tasha.
All right. Peace, love, and hair grease. And we out of here. Peace.